How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Nintendo Direct leak discussion video. In today's video, we are actually going to be taking a look at a bunch of new information that has recently come out from a very credible leaker named Sabe, and for those of you guys who follow Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaks, I'm sure you guys already know who this person is, but yeah, guys, Sabe has a ton of new information, and trust me when I say there is some big stuff in the works, and a Nintendo Direct is coming very soon. However, guys, as always, and I cannot stress this enough, just because this information does come from a very credible Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaker, that does not mean that everything that he says is going to happen for 100% sure, so make sure you guys take it with a grain of salt, and realize that I'm talking about this just for fun. If you guys would like to read along while I talk, you can find a link to all of the original posts in the description right down below. And now, with all that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where all this information came from. So guys, all this information was sent in to me by one of my subscribers on my Discord server, so if you guys haven't already joined up, you can find a link to my Discord, as well as links to all of my social media presences, such as my Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon, in the description right down below, as well as the pinned comment. And now guys, with all of that out of the way, like I said, all this information comes directly from Sabe, who is the most credible Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leaker, and trust me when I say, guys, there's a ton of information we have to talk about, so let's just go ahead and see what Sabe has to say. So guys, the first thing that I want to go ahead and say is that we aren't going to go over everything that Sabe said before January 26th because we already did go ahead and make a video about that. So if you guys want information about all of that, I will leave a link to the last Nintendo Direct video that we made so that way you guys can get caught up to speed. However, guys, with all of that out of the way, let's just go ahead and talk about all the new stuff because trust me, there's a lot. So first of all, on January 26th, Sabe went ahead and said, heard a couple things about the next Direct from two people, but nothing concrete enough to write of myself. I will say though, keep an ear out for reputable people posting Direct dates. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody like King Zell or something gave a date soon. Now, right away, guys, yeah, it looks as though Sabe has been hearing mumblings about a Nintendo Direct coming very soon, and as we all know, Sabe actually does have sources in the Nintendo industry, so yeah, like, we might be getting information about a Direct date very soon, and then after that, he went silent for a couple of days, but then on January 30th, he went ahead and dropped a huge bomb by saying, well, hey, people who didn't get a Wii U will certainly like some of the things coming, so there have been a ton of rumors about different Wii U ports that are apparently coming to the Nintendo Switch, and we're going to talk about all this a little bit later, but yeah, the fact that he says, like, get excited because more games from the Wii U are coming to the Switch, that's just absolutely insane and super exciting. So then, on January 30th as well, Sabe goes ahead and says, by the way, about those Wii U ports, I'm not sure which exactly are gonna be in this very close Direct, I just know some ports are on the way. I'd expect at least one of them though. Maybe some other people know that, as I do know some people know specific reveals already. After that, on the same day, he goes ahead and says, Nintendo is very weird with how they handle recent ports, such as with New Super Mario Bros. U being held off for months after already being finished, and how MPT has been finished yet held onto for a very long time. So then, on January 31st, Sabe goes ahead and says, got some good words for Paper Mario from another source. Now I have absolutely no skepticism, be hype. Also got some more specific teases on the way, but I won't say too much. So, guys, it looks as though Paper Mario is going to be coming to the Switch, and it's finally going to be returning to form. We have so much to talk about that. I'm eventually going to make a video just about that, so get excited. And then, yesterday, he also said Breath of the Wild 2 is taking longer than anticipated back during E3 of 2019, so it doesn't seem to be this year's holiday release, which adds more credence to the major title I was referencing on a tweet the other day. Neither are set in stone yet, so take some salt. The more likely one has tires. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely insane. Like, this is getting crazy. And then finally, guys, the last thing that we have to go ahead and talk about in terms of Sabe was once again what he said yesterday on January 31st. So Sabe goes ahead and said, muffled words about Platinum and Wonderful 101 in the distance. And then he goes on to say, see you later, folks. So yeah, guys, there is a ton of information here, like a ton of crazy stuff just dropped. So let's go ahead and talk first about Paper Mario. Now, obviously, guys, Paper Mario, as I'm sure you guys all already know, is one of my favorite game franchises of all time. I absolutely love the original Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64, and the Thousand Year Door is one of my favorite games of all time, so much so that I really want to see Paper Mario in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, right away, ever since Super Paper Mario, I haven't been that into the series. I beat Sticker Star and I played through part of Color Splash, but honestly, they weren't my types of games because the old Paper Marios were just objectively better in my opinion. So I know I might be looking at it with nostalgia goggles, but the fact that we might be getting a new Paper Mario that returns to form sounds absolutely amazing. I mean, even if we get the original one with like HD graphics, or if we get a remake of the Thousand Year Door, I would be extremely happy with that. That would be amazing. After that, apparently, we are going to be getting a bunch of Wii U games ported over to the Nintendo Switch. Now, right away, guys, I think that this is something that should have happened yesterday. Like, we should have been getting all of the big Nintendo Wii U games on the Switch because, let's face it, the Wii U was a failed console. It didn't sell very well, but it is a ton of really great games. I mean, Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, those, well, Mario Kart was already ported over, but all of the great games that are still on the Wii U that haven't been ported over to the Switch yet need to be ported already, because not only are those games already done in HD, which means all that they would have to do is make new controls for them. I mean, they would sell like mad. If they brought Super Mario 3D World to the Nintendo Switch, people would go absolutely nuts for it because it didn't sell that great on the Wii U. I think it sold, what, like 5 million units or something like that? And considering that the Wii U had like a relatively low install base, that's pretty good sales. I mean, it would have sold more if the Wii U was more successful, so bring it over to the more successful Nintendo Switch and it'll sell like wildfire. I have already played and beaten Super Mario 3D World, but I absolutely love the idea of having it on my Nintendo Switch, so if they do decide to bring it over, I'll definitely buy it again. After that, apparently, Breath of the Wild 2 is not going to be our holiday title for this year, and honestly, guys, I think that this is something that we all should have seen coming, right? Like, I definitely thought it was possible that we could see the release of Breath of the Wild 2 in 2020. However, I want to make sure that Nintendo takes their time with this game and makes it the absolute best it can be. Obviously, Breath of the Wild, the original one, sold extremely well on the Switch. I mean, it's been held to universal acclaim. People think it was the best game of the decade, so yeah, like, they need to make sure that this sequel lives up to the original's hype, and I think that they need to take a little extra time with it. Now, if they do decide to get it out by the holiday season, I have no doubt that it's going to be a great game, but honestly, guys, this is Zelda we're talking about, and Nintendo puts a ton and love and care and everything into it, so yeah, I mean, if they want to wait until 2021 to release it, I would be absolutely okay with that and not disappointed at all. And finally, guys, the last thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is the possibility of a Nintendo Direct happening really soon. Now, obviously, guys, Sabe did go ahead and say that yes, a Nintendo Direct was going to be happening soon, and once again, for those of you guys who have no idea who Sabe is an extremely credible leaker in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate scene, right? Like, basically, every single time before a new character is announced, Sabe has come forward and given us new information on that character, so I wouldn't be surprised if this information was right as well. Obviously, guys, if he does end up getting some of this information wrong, like Paper Mario or the Wii U ports or anything else like that, he will lose some credibility. However, Sabe is very careful about what he decides to post, so honestly, I'm not that surprised at this point. I mean, we are due for a Nintendo Direct at some point very soon. The last time we had a real one was all the way back in September, and considering we did get a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct in January, and we also got that Pokemon Direct which talked about all the DLC, like, I guess that could have given them some reason to push this Direct back to February, but people are absolutely ravenous to get their hands on this next Direct, so hopefully Nintendo recognizes that and we get the announcement very soon. However, guys, with all of that being said, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts about Sabe as well as everything that we talked about in today's video in the comment section down below. Do you guys believe that a Nintendo Direct is going to be coming soon? And do you guys think that we are actually going to get everything that we talked about in today's video? Let me know why or why not in the comments. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.